Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is your boy Kamish Moolah, and we are live with another one, man. You know how we rocking. You know how we bopping. LSU versus TCU in this one, and LSU is on a crazy streak. I just feel like I'm feeling good, man. I'm gonna throw the face cam on. Y'all could count it as commentary if y'all want, cause I'm gonna just be watching the game, reacting. But it's not my most professional commentary, man. We in March. It's lit. We midway through the season. I've been really enjoying the games, and I just want to add a little immersion to it, man. I want to get the face cam going. I want to talk to y'all in the chat, man. It's nothing too deep. You know what I mean? But I want to get in with my guys in the chat. Show y'all my face. Show y'all my reactions. If guys want to join the Discord, chop it up. As long as you don't have no crazy background noise. We could talk about this game. Like, it's not like a commentary, but it's like a chill vibe reaction to the game. You know what I mean? TCU 1-5 right now. They've been struggling this year. I feel like their user players weren't as invested as they needed to be to have success. They might have been invested early, trying to get used to simulation. But I think when things kind of went out their favor, they kind of called it quits. And it happens here in the simulation setting, man. I want a real skills gap here in the Moolahverse. So what a real skills gap means that players that's taking the time to figure it out, taking the time to develop, is the people that's gonna have the success. Guys who are really, expecting certain outcomes and thinking that they don't have to do the certain work, they're not gonna have that much success. They may get lucky, but it's not often they're gonna have too much success. So a lot of people try to be more narrative based. A lot of leagues, that's a nice pass right there, but it's going to be out of bounds. A lot of leagues are more narrative based. Like, they want to keep the CPUs right just for the league setting. I'm more so skills gap. Like, I want the best of the best in our league to be the people that's putting in the work. And I think that we saw that. Ooh, big play here. Is he gonna get him? Got him. Got him. So you're going to tackle him inside the 23. And that's a nice pass. Prince Gonzalez, man, been finding his guys. And TCU got to figure something out. That's a big play. LSU is, won 5 games in a row trying to make it 6 here. And that was on Money Mike right there. That's actually a user. Ooh, just missed that tackle. But like I said, man, I want this to be more skills-based, man. The guys that put in the work is going to be the guys having success. You can get lucky. It is simulation. But, for the most part, I'm not really. We gonna have certain narratives regardless, but the way I just want to shape things, I want it to be a certain way. PV broke a tackle and then got leveled. But yeah, man. So as we get further in this league and we starting to put certain things together, and we figuring out what this is gonna look like. I just figure I'd just be as transparent as possible with y'all. As always, I be in the VC with my guys all day. I'm probably one of the most hands-on commissioners, in the simulation setting, I would think. I'm very, in tune with my community. I joke around with y'all. I be in the VC all day with y'all sometimes. And I just think that that's like what separates us from the pack. Nice first down right there. It's no big me's, little U's. Everybody has a voice here in the Moolahverse. I'm a strong-minded, opinionated person. But at the same time, though, everybody's free to have their own view and do what they do. Shout out to my mods, too. My mods, we be going at it in the chat. We be having some heated sports topics, and that's what I like about our server. We talk about the real NFL, baseball, NBA, and we have fun. Like, it's like a family feel, you know what I'm saying? So, if you're not in the Moolahverse, get in tune, man. I don't mean to be talking over games like this. If I'm taking away from the game experience, let me know, and I'll either get back to commentating regular, or I'll just, drop myself off, mute myself. But, I figure, like, sometimes we can have some streams where we just chopping it up, man, having a good time. Everything don't always got to be so game, because we do got a lot of content, you know what I mean? We putting out a lot of games on a weekly basis. I think the YouTube algorithm be tired of us sometimes. Shout out to my guy Juan, Pharaoh Reigns, Brandon James. Can you guys hear me? Is the sound check and everything right? Talk to me. Let me know. You guys can hear me good? Is my audio blended with the game audio well? Okay, you say I sound good. Do I look good? Am I looking good in the camera? Is it glitching too much? What's good, my boy Chris Beach in the building. So LSU drive is actually gonna stall 2. They only gonna get 3. So TCU still got a chance. TCU 1-5, but they got some talent, man. They got talent. Like John Wilson is pretty good. They got Tyler Wilson, a wide receiver. He showed us some things. I don't think there's no relation between the guys. 9 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. So I feel like that's because John is a bit of a risk taker. Freshman QB. So you got to think a lot of these guys is going to progress pretty well. And with us going to college, it's going to be fun to see. Emiliano Pereira, Frankenstein, the running back. You know, they got some guys, even in the secondary. Drew B.J., Money Mike. Like, I think this freshman core has the tools to, you know, take their team to the next level. And with the college game coming, can you imagine sophomores with this type of talent in a college setting? I think that the college game will pick up that, like, these guys are the truth. Look, John Wilson breaking off a tackle, delivering a dot, and gonna get 7 yards. So I think they got the tools. They just gotta, you know, take the next step. They have to be active. They gotta figure out what works for them, and I think it'll be cool. I think going into the next college game, it will definitely help them as well. You know, we will be on a college game. Ooh, they're gonna stop Frankenstein behind the line. But LSU is no joke, man. LSU got a pretty good defense, man. I would say their secondary is one of their biggest strengths, but don't sleep on their line and linebacking core too, because they have some decent run stopping ability at times too. But I would say Sergio Matthews is leading the charge with that in that secondary, and you can't really get too much off. But like I said, man, headed into the college game, we gonna have a lot of fun here, man, and we're gonna grow, we're gonna flow. I think we got a nice little Madden crew. I've had, like, you know, I ran the SBA a certain way. I had like some guys that were mods. I had a nice team, and no slight to anybody, you know, no slight to anybody. But I just learned how to go about mods and how to go about staffing through the SBA. You know, they got it done. That incompletion right there, but Prince Gonzalez is trying to take some shots. But I just learned how to deal with the staff a little better with the SBA. They got it done. I'm not gonna lie. Like, we had a nice little system with creating players. We had guys doing stats. Shout out to my guy Olin. My guy was killing it with the stats. We had J.O. doing like a multitude of things as far as graphics and stuff. He was getting a lot better with things of that nature. But I just really realized that, like, you can't really expect a machine to continue working a certain way when how can I say it? Like, because these guys were invested. So I'm not trying to say that they weren't invested, but for me, it's like, you know, it's my business. So it's like me, I'm on it every day. Like, I'm figuring out, you know, different ways. And when you're not like paying guys, or you don't really have anything that incentivizes guys to do things, even if you're giving them extra points to help within the game, that's still like a little different. You know what I mean? And guys have lives. So I just really learned that it was like not it's not really wise in a business structure to like you bring on a lot of hands, and if you don't have the means to like, I feel like, really pay them, you know, pay them in a way where it could be consistent to keep them motivated, then it's hard to keep that machine well oiled. You know what I mean? Like and then guys start to feel a bit like I don't want to say entitled, but they do feel like, okay, after I've done a certain amount of work, when it comes to the next time around where we got to put the work in, guys, you know, they probably not as motivated, because they're like, all right, I put in a lot of work. Ooh, body bags in the chat. I feel like it's just hard to keep guys sustained, guys. And let me know if y'all with me and y'all like get what I'm saying. It just not easy to keep everybody motivated if it's not something paying them, and like everybody's not used to that everyday grind, and it shouldn't be, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got a life. So the grind of like building a YouTube channel and building content, because outside of a league structure, I got to think about the channel and the content and consistently keeping the content up. And when you give guys roles, everybody's not thinking of that. They just thinking task, and they're also fans of the league, so they want to see the league going. And I was hitting my head where it's like, okay, I got to balance how much content we putting out and the structure of the league as far as creating players, taking applications, doing things to keep, you know, the eyes on the league, meaning more people wanting to join. Ooh, the heat is coming. That's an incompletion right there. But TCU defense held up, man. So they got to stop, and they got a chance to either tie this thing up or take a lead. But it basically was just like hard to sustain certain things. You know what I'm saying? When you depend too much on staffing. So I figured with what I wanted to do with football was be like fully dependable on myself, and the guys who took initiative is the guys who are like who put themselves in a position to have like some type of power, and even their power is based on what they want to do. It's not me saying guys do this, do that. It's more so, you know, like guys taking the initiative saying, yo, Moolah, I would like this. Yo, how would you feel if I did this? And I'm like cool with it, instead of me like saying, can you do this, can you do that? So with me, I have my real life schedule, my family. I'm working to balance that with the league and the channel, because the league has to have a structure, but the channel, ooh, Tyler Wilson off of the dot from John Wilson. Max Kaiser not happy with his team about that, but that's a dot right there. Oh my God. And this is what I'm saying. This TCU team has the intangibles, man. Has the intangibles. And you know, with 2K, I'm not gonna lie, 2K is really good with customization, right? I would say they're even better than Madden with customization, because you got to go through mods with Madden with customization, right? But 2K system is a lot harder to have this type of setting with, meaning that everybody doesn't know tendencies, right? But everybody knows about tendencies. So you got a lot of players that if I took tendencies out of the editing, a lot of players wouldn't be happy, because they would want their player to do what they want them to do. But then players don't want to take the time to do the tendencies properly, and that puts me in a position where I gotta overcompensate. I gotta do tendencies for everybody weekly. I gotta create players with certain tendencies now. So on top of having to create hundreds of players, I gotta make them with people's tendencies, and everybody's not doing their tendencies properly, or they want to adjust them every week. They want to adjust how they look. They want to adjust their attributes. You know what I'm saying? So with basketball, it just was teaching me how to do certain things in a certain manner. And with those things, you need more people. You need more hands on deck. When I first created it, I had enough time. It was no expectation. I had enough time to just create players and create them how I wanted to create them with my system. And then guys had to adjust to my system, so it was easier to adjust. But when we get hundreds of players in the basketball setting, it made it harder without having a dedicated team. And like I said, it's hard to, you know, keep up with a dedicated team if you can't pay them. You know what I mean? And pay them significantly. So now I felt like coming into the second season of basketball, the channel started to lack, meaning we started to get a lot of subscribers and traction based on certain things. And based on how the league looked. Like a lot of guys joined from the shorts. They joined from a lot of hard work that was being put in behind the scenes. But now when it came to the structure of creating players, it was hard. It was like it's a lot of work. Like I've created hundreds of players, and we still got like 200 more players for season 2. So it's taking time. So my thing was like the channel started to diminish, meaning I couldn't have activity on the channel. So that's where football came in. Although Madden has less customization, and we had to go through mods, it's a lot quicker for me to create Madden players. That's a nice play right there, 3rd and 2. This is a pretty good game so far. But it just basically got a lot easier for me to create players on Madden and keep the channel alive. And then another thing happened with me doing a football league. These videos started taking off, guys. If you look on our channel, basketball was doing really good. We had some 300, 500 videos. We never really hit 1,000 with basketball. We would hit like 300, 500 would be the max, and that was good for me. We had about 500 subscribers. That was really, really good for me, because I started off with about 300 subs from doing like Gunners content and Gunners like simulation football content. We had about 300 subscribers, where people was tuning into my podcast and stuff about my team that I was coaching in the RFL. But then when I went to basketball, it pivoted, and we grew from about 300 to 500, 600 even. But when we did football, it's like these videos started taking off. And I was surprised, because we got a lot of competition in football. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot of sim leagues out there. Prince setting his feet, that's dangerous, but good defense right there. Look, TCU has the intangibles. They playing some tough defense right now. They're keeping it close. 3-3 right now in the second. But pretty much when we started football, I know that you guys can see the difference in growth with football. We started really growing tremendously, and yeah, we started really growing tremendously. And if I'm being honest, it was like just it was sustaining the channel a lot, even to the point where we got monetization, we getting paid for ads and stuff like that. We not getting paid that much. I'll be transparent with you guys. As far as ad revenue right now, oh, that's LSU ball. That is LSU's ball. That's LSU's ball, guys. TCU made a huge mistake right there. These guys got to be. We haven't really seen these in a long time. We haven't really seen those little fumbles off of the punt in a minute, but we've seen it in the last 2 games now, and that's crucial. Those guys got to be a little bit more aware and get out the way, because now LSU has it in the red zone, and now TCU's back is really against the wall. But no, they try to go with that end around again. I don't know about that repeated play call. They got to figure something out. TCU seems to be all over that. But, I don't know. Yeah, we basically started getting a lot more growth, guys, with football. And then, like I said, I tried to keep up with a lot of the guys that was staffing the SBA. But, you know, guys got lives and other things to do. So I felt like the communication wasn't there when I was trying to keep up with creating the players and figuring out how we can make the system work. Guys' life started coming into play, so they started to, like, you know, I don't want to say flake out on me, but they started to be like, I don't really got the time. So I'm like, with me, I got to keep my business up. TCU at least held these guys to a field goal. That's huge. That's a huge stop for them to get them to a field goal after that big, after that little error on the punt. So now TCU is still within striking distance. If they would have scored, that would have been a huge momentum shift. But with 8 minutes left, they definitely got a chance. But with the SBA, like I said, some guys just started getting cold on me once the football started. Whether that be, you know, relationships, RFL-wise, or, you know, I don't know. Maybe that's some RFL relationship stuff. Maybe once I went football, they felt like their loyalty had to lie in certain places. Frankenstein! Frankenstein with a nice run. I'm telling you, TCU got some weapons. Sergio Matthews with the touchdown-saving tackle, and he bumped Frankenstein. Uh-oh. Impact player getting feisty. TCU at home, so they trying to do a little 1-2. Shout out to my guy Eddie Champ, aka Money Mike, in the building. Frankenstein gonna pick up 3 on that one. This game is getting a bit spicy, getting a bit chippy, but yeah. So I figured once the football started, you gotta think. I gotta keep the channel lit. So you know, I went to football in the meantime of doing my basketball foul, and I think some of the guys that was rocking with me in the SBA, because the football started, you know, because the football clashed with RFL, I think that the RFL kind of made those guys pick a side. And, oh, Frankenstein. Let's go, Frankenstein. Yo, my boy earning his nickname, pardon me, my guy Frank Demir. Looking good on this drive, but I don't know if TCU got to capitalize, man. Against a team like LSU, you gotta work. Nice run right there, first down. Nah, PV, shout out to you. I know you're not one of them guys, and I'm not even throwing no shots at none of those guys. Like, this is just real conversation, y'all. I'm just having real talk with y'all. It's just like some of the SBA guys that was helping me with it. I feel like once the football started getting involved, once I started doing things for real to, like, keep the channel in tune, and I wasn't, like, catering to what certain guys wanted, I feel like that's where the problem came in. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they loyalty in certain places, you know, they had to be loyal for whatever reason. I feel like certain guys was like, you know, more so on relationships and friendships, and me expanding the Moolah-verse was kind of like a conflict of interest to them, so they couldn't really rock with it. You know, it was kind of more so like, all right, we rocking with you in this SBA because, you know, we like basketball, we want basketball sim. With football, we got RFL football over there, but once I started to expand, people started to change, and I got it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get it, bro. I'm not upset, but I gotta do what's up. I just want them to know that I gotta do what's right for me. Like, you know what I mean? This is my channel at the end of the day. I've seen like a football channel like RFL grow, and like I've seen that pleasing people doesn't really do anything for pleasing people don't really do anything for like a business structure or like a channel. You know what I mean? TCU drive stall. So LSU showing their defense is tough. I told you, you can't sleep on LSU. They gave up some big plays there, but they still was able to keep it going. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can support both, but some guys don't feel that way, and I respect it, right? But my thing was, okay, if I gotta pivot now, cause you know I stopped getting a lot of help with SBA. If I gotta pivot and focus on football, and football is growing the channel, that's what I'm gonna do, cause I'm gonna keep the channel hot. Like, you know, we could always go back to basketball, but here's the rough thing when we go back to basketball. It's like when we go back to basketball now, them same guys will try to come back. And I don't have no problem with guys coming back, but I'm going to rock with the guys who are Moolah-verse first. Like, that's what guys got to understand. Like, of course, it was certain careers and certain players already that established themselves in the SBA first season, right? But if I got to do more work, I'm going to have to cut down the SBA, meaning I'm going to have to, like, do less. I'm going to have to do less, like, have, like, less teams and stuff like that than I had, because I don't have the capacity to make that many players. You know what I mean? I could keep the content up, but I'm not gonna have the capacity to go back and make all the generics and all that myself. My guy Mari helped, my guy Jo helped, but we don't have the same amount of help that we had before. So it's like we're gonna have to cut down certain stuff, and I'm gonna prioritize the guys who rock with me. Like, you know what I mean? So like, a lot of the new guys that came in that's rocking with us with football, a lot of the guys who stayed and rock with us from the SBA, those are going to be the guys that I prioritize, just because this is the Moolah-verse. It's not one thing, you know what I mean? It's Moolah-verse gaming, and that's not, and when I say Moolah-verse, that's not me personally, it's everybody that consists of this world that we created together. So I'm going to have to condense the SBA college experience, and I'm going to have to condense the pro experience. Like, we have overseas and we have the pros. I'm going to have to condense those experiences to make it more pleasing to our core people. If I can keep certain generics, right? And I can keep certain players, but I have to have the most active guys. You know what I mean? Like, I have to have guys who are truly active and about this experience, because if I got guys that were not as in tune but made players in the SBA, that's wasting space now. Like, we grew, this channel has grown so much that I can't just keep the 200, 300 dudes that just around, that's here and there. You know what I mean? Because I can't make all those people myself. So I have to condense the SBA now to who is the most supportive and the guys who are true to the Moolah-verse experience. You know what I mean? Like, we got a guy like Pharaoh, Olin, PV, Gary, Roche. Like these are guys, Pharaoh. You know, like, these are guys who are truly Moolah-verse. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that. High school, college, overseas, and pros, about 12 teams, 500 plus players. That's a lot of work for guys to go missing when we need stuff done. And I'm not mad, because everybody has a life, right? But I can't sustain my channel that way. And I tell you guys all the time, this is our league, our channel. Like my growth is you guys' growth. The guys who are helping me put in work, bro, when this ad money start getting crazy, y'all already know what's happening. My ultimate goal is to pay y'all so we can take this world to another level. That is my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal. Pay y'all so this world goes to another level. Like, I'm true to this. Like, I don't know if y'all can see this, but like, yeah. Like, I got signs. I'm trying to really take this thing to another level. So, I'm about the Moolah-verse first. And however we got to figure it out, we're going to pivot and figure it out. So guys seen the first season of SBA, and we're going to have a second season guaranteed. Gianni Zico money. This is another kid that came from basketball over to football with us, and he's been in the chat. And yeah, man, we just going to have to condense certain experiences and make them conducive to the SBA. That's really, I mean, conducive to the Moolah-verse, meaning that we're going to have to figure out what's the best way to create this world and be able to consistently do it within our means. And if that means cutting off guys who are not true to experience, that's what we're going to have to do. It's not like, I just want to let y'all know this so guys aren't upset. I don't want guys to be like, oh, because I didn't join football, he kicked me out of basketball. It's not that. It's because I need the guys who are Moolah-verse guys to be prioritized. So I'm not about to create 500 players for no reason. Ooh, body bags. Yo, TCU is playing very resilient in this game. They are not letting this get out of hand. But yeah, I'm just not about to create 1,000 people that's here and there when I got guys that I can prioritize. You know what I mean? Guys that can really put in the work here, and that's the guys who are going to be active in the chat talking about what's going on. So that's who I want to make sure is straight. You know, I don't care if we got to do 10 teams a series. That's still going to sustain the channel enough. You know what I mean? And then I can make that myself. I can make these guys on my own. You know what I mean? I don't have to rely on this person to make this person. You know what I mean? I also may have to cut down on the tendencies, guys. I'm just being honest. We might have to go back to just having a certain player's tendencies, so that way it's not too much work on tendencies. And even with having a player's tendencies, I'll tone down the unrealistic stuff, but I may not be able to let you go in and do your exact tendencies, because I let guys do that and they want to change it so often that now it's taken away from streams, and you know what I mean? That was tough. Halves in the chat as we go into the halftime. You know how we do. But yeah, man, that's just really it. It's just like a lot of it's a lot of structural things that goes into making these systems and making these leagues. And yeah, maybe one time per season PV. And that's really it. Like I gotta figure out that system for the channel's sake and for me. You know what I mean? Because I want basketball and football mainly. Like I want to open up and be able to do more sports, but that's more sports comes when we have more staffing. Meaning when I could say, yo, here's the channel, you do the soccer, you do baseball, but I only can do the sports that I'm invested in, you know? Honestly, the sports that I have time to do within what I have to do, because that's what helped the channel grow to what it's grown to. So right now, our channel subscribers may be split between football and basketball people. You know what I mean? It may be like football fans and basketball fans and everybody in the middle that likes both sports. I feel like that's what our channel consists of. So we're open to doing more sports, but I will need more assistance. That's when I look at other sports coming, when I have like, when we grew and I'm making enough YouTube money to be like, yo, here, bro. And now whatever money comes out of that league that you're running, you take. You know what I mean? So like we have a baseball sim, and say if Gary was to become the commissioner of the baseball Moolah vs. Sim, whatever comes out of the channel from baseball, which you could track in analytics, will go to him, because he's the one taking the time for that structure. If PV got the soccer sim and PV's the commissioner of soccer sim, he will be able to stream that and do that on our channel, and he will be, you know, paid through the YouTube for that. But I can't do that myself. So that's why it's in the future. Right now it's basketball and football. So that's pretty much how I'm like coming with these simulation experiences. It's like I want to keep the channel active. I want to be able to do the sports that I like, but we just gotta make everything efficient. And with everything being efficient is just prioritizing you know, our main support. Like think about this. Any YouTube channel that you see, right? The subscribers and the supporters that are included in the series are the people who are actively there. It's not usually like, oh, because you was here last season, so I'ma just bring you back this season, because like, no, like it's, you have to really continue to support. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you have to really continue that support, so that way we can, you know, continue that storyline. If you don't continue to support, now I'm just making ghosts. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy Gianni Zico in the building. That's my boy right there. My boy is taking the SBA by storm too. He was having some games killing in the beginning of the Academy series, which will be our college series. We had like a little showcase and he was really good. Shout out to my guy Keyshawn Covington as well. But so we pretty much gonna figure it out with the guys we got right now. You know, if you're interested in basketball, I will open that up to you guys too. And it's just minor things that I expect with certain support. It's like just like with the football structure, from now on, the way I'm doing like commitment fees is going to be nah, yo, you hilarious. This dude Olin's hilarious. But the way I'm doing things is like, I'm definitely gonna be taking like a commitment fee for like regular subscribers on YouTube, with like a $5 commitment fee, and then the guys who wanna upgrade their players, I'm gonna do a $10 commitment fee. And that's just a one-time thing, meaning that that's just to get your player created. Once that's it, you don't have to spend any money. Once you got your commitment fee in, you can just do whatever you want, and you know, like you can just do whatever you want. You can earn SC through activity. You don't got to spend $1 on SC. I just want to make sure that the league structure is always intact. You know what I mean? I want to make sure that we could continue this thing, and you're not going to be going MIA. If you go MIA and you gave your commitment fee, I'm cool, because we'll just use your player as a generic, and the time wasted basically is cool because you paid. You know what I mean? Like, you paid $5 or $10 to get your player created, so that's cool with me. Because that helps the channel, you know what I mean? Like, you basically pay for your time. The 20 minutes, the 30 minutes that it took me to build your character was paid for. I'm cool with that. And then that's it. Like, you're in the world, and that's it. And we'll continue to do it from there. So, I mean, I am going to be condensing the leagues, making them a bit shorter. I'm gonna notify everybody that was in the SBA, so they'll have that opportunity to pull up. But like I said, man, if guys are not actively involved, we're not gonna continue to bring them in our experiences. And if they pay the commitment fee, then it's cool. But we're still gonna prioritize our people. You know what I mean? Because it's becoming a lot, bro. Like, we getting people joining from YouTube. We having a lot of YouTube support, and I can't, like, think about it as me as one person. I can't please 1,300 people by myself, bro. I've been doing it, but it has to be something to separate the main supporters from the casual supporters, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm not mad at how you want to support, whether you're a casual supporter or a main supporter, but I gotta prioritize my main supporters. So my main supporters will be the guys who are getting, you know, the real traction. Yeah, it's like they're gonna be getting the main traction, and that's really it. That's really it. And I just want to let you guys know that, so that way we are not shortening our experiences, and we're not making things more difficult than it has to be. Because I can't do everything myself, and we've grown so much that it's like, all right, we got Moolah versus guys who wants to we got Moolah versus Football League guys who want to join the basketball experience now. And a lot of these guys are you know, real. Oh, another dot from John Wilson to Tyler Wilson. Okay, Tyler Wilson been in his bag lately. But that's a dot from John Wilson right there. Look at that. And that's on Sergio Matthews. Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, DJ trying to join SBA. A couple of other guys hit me too, and you know, I want them to join too. I want them to join the experience, and I know that these guys are active. I know that these guys are willing to put in the work. So, that's how we coming, man. I'm gonna try to, like, just figure out the best way that it looks, and condense it, and then do the draft and things of that nature, and then we gonna figure it out that way. But it just was like becoming a lot, trying to do so much work and not having the support needed. And I'm not complaining about the support, but with the channel growing, I don't want to lack in any area either. So I want to, like, you know, I want to be able to get everything done in my means, so I don't have to depend on people. And the best way to do that is for me to, you know, condense certain things. Yeah. And, like, football is really taking off. NCAA is about to come out, so that's a big opportunity for us to really, like, grow significantly. Like, I think with the new NCAA game coming out, it's a chance for the channel to really take off. We already have a really good structure in place. We got more subscribers than any simulation league out there. The RFL is now on a hiatus. We kind of have the most traction in a simulation setting. So I want to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? I want to seize that opportunity, seize that moment. So most of my energy will be going into that NCAA game in July. You know what I mean? So we're gonna finish this up right here. We're gonna use NFL teams now because you guys said that that's what you wanted. So now I get to do draft coverage. Now a lot of these players will be a lot of these players now, some of them I'm gonna make juniors and seniors. Not you guys, but the AIs. So some of the best AIs that you see in this college series right now will be transitioning to the pros, and we're gonna use NFL teams. So you're gonna see a lot of like graphics and things of that nature that you would see the NFL use. We have the opportunity to do that now. We have the opportunity to recreate that because we're using the NFL teams. Yeah, it's already like, it's basically fair use because Madden, so we won't have to be worried about copywritten and none of that. It's already fair use through the game. The only thing is like merchandise. So now it's gonna be harder to do merch because NFL teams, but we'll find ways around that. We'll just base our merchandise over the players, I think, and I think that would be a cool way to work around. That'll be a cool way to work around merchandise. So we will do a nice little draft this year. So I'll start draft coverage. I've been talking to Light, aka Josuke Cujo. You may not see him doing. Oh, hit that Zito, but Gianni Zico money. Zico money, 3 receptions, 70 yards. Him and Prince Gonzalez is doing their thing. Prince Gonzalez is another guy who came from basketball to football. Max Kaiser. It's a lot of guys. It's a lot of guys who kind of like came in full on support, came into the Moolahverse. They didn't, they were supporting on the Patreon and things of that nature. And another thing with Patreon, guys, make sure you stand on top of your Patreon payments. Not saying paying them. I'm saying if you pay them, come to me and make sure you're getting your points. You can split the points between, you can split your SC between basketball and football. So basketball is out of season. If you want to use your points for football, I will allow it. If you have a balance in the SBA and you want to transfer some of that over to the Moolahverse football, I'll allow it. I don't want to I'm not it's not about the most getting money out of y'all. It's not like y'all supporting me. I just want to make sure the system is fair for everybody. So there's no separation between SC and football and basketball. I was fiddling between it for a minute because I didn't want it to be too OP. But as I think about it from a universal standpoint, you guys should be able to use the money that you earn for supporting the league wherever you want. Another dot. Prince Gonzalez is in his bag. Yo, this guy, Prince Gonzalez, has been getting better and better with each game. He didn't even do any upgrades. His player is just playing a lot better. That's another dot right there. But yeah, man. So if you guys want to transfer some points over, I'll do that because I just think that makes the most sense for supporting a channel. Like that's how we're moving into that realm of like finding the best and efficient ways to do for the channel, opposed to this is a sim league and this is a sim league. It's like no, this is a channel that consists of this and this. And it universally works. So if you have a Patreon subscription for SBA, you have a Patreon subscription for the Moolahverse, period. If you've seen the Patreon, I literally changed the language from SBA to Moolahverse for that reason. Neither team has been able to take over in the red zone. Let's see if LSU could finish. They go with a fullback dive, and a fullback breaks off a tackle for the touchdown. Ross Elliott. Thugging and bugging, rumbling and jumbling, got the defense stumbling for the touchdown, and that's what you like to see. That boy is definitely strong. So yeah, man, like I said, man, the Moolahverse, as far as I got this Moolahverse tatted on my chest, so I ain't gonna show y'all all that YouTube and all that, but if you see the tat, man, it's say Moolah right there, man. So I'm true to this, definitely not new to this. And I just want to take over, man. We got a big window to take over. Nobody doing AI versus AI like us. I don't think nobody even figured out this way of playing, to the magnitude that we have, if I'm being honest. We seen some people fiddle with certain concepts, but never really seen like a slow sim experience where you get to watch everything through and through. I've seen some YouTubers make some dope movie content, but they be controlling players and stuff like that. I want to make that movie content through the AI experience to draw in more people. And yeah, man, we gonna make it happen. My guy PV out of Croatia. Look, we turned PV into a football fan. He's an AI football fan. He's not even an NFL fan, and that's what we intend to do, man. We want to just take over the simulation world and really do this, man. We want to do this at a high level. So I will be condensing the SBA, but like I said, your support is very much appreciated. And any support that you give the channel, you can use between the content that we make. So if you're not a versatile guy, you're more for one sport and all that, then you can stack your points and just use it on one sport. But I just want you to know there's no separation. You know what I mean? If you got Patreon, you got Patreon to support the channel, and you can use those points wherever you want. And those points are forever. I don't care. Like, if you notice, okay, I paid my Patreon this month, moolah. Just can you pay out my points for the last boom, boom, boom? I'm gonna pay it out, and you know you can use it wherever. So I just wanted to get that clear with y'all. See, we had a nice crowd in for this game. I might gotta do the face cam and chop it up with y'all a little bit more, man. That defense definitely is different, but Emiliano Pereira, big time first down. And now TCU is trying to walk down the Tigers. Let's see what we got here, man. And pardon me, God, this is not the professional game commentary. This is just live commentary, chopping it up with your boy Kamish Moolah, man. I had to give my supporters some information because I know guys will probably be wondering about SBA or wondering how we moving forward. And I just want to let y'all know, man. Just want to let y'all know. Ooh, let's go. Frankenstein. Trying to put a move on, but he is going to get inside the 20. Frankenstein been turning up, man. He's probably been one of the most active guys. Him and Eddie. Him and my guy Eddie been very active. I think if TCU's freshmen can all get active and they stay together onto the next game, they're going to be a problem. I think if they stay on the next game, that's going to be a face mask, and they're going to be almost maybe at the 4 or something like that. Oh, 10, okay. But I think TCU, if they stick together, they're freshmen this year, so that means going into the college game, they're going to be sophomores. Sophomores with this level of talent, I'm telling you, are going to be a lot better in that college game. So I think they're going to be a sleeper, man. I think they need to figure out what's going on, make the proper adjustments, get a little more active, and they can make some things happen. Touchdown, Jackson Wells on a reception from John Wilson, and John Wilson strikes right back. The Horned Frogs at home, not giving up. They said LSU was on a 5-game win streak. They're trying to end that at home today. They knew the stakes of this game. They knew this was a big-time game. They knew that these Horned Frogs, they knew that the crowd was going to come full-fledged. And John Wilson with a dot. John Wilson got a lot of potential. He's just a gunslinger. He a risk taker, shot maker. And, sometimes they had to fix some things with the offense. But right now, I think they look really good. Emiliano Pereira, that young tight end, really good. Jackson Wells, really good wide receiver. Tyler Wilson, good wide receiver. They got some pieces, man. But, yeah, man. Structurally, we got a lot of good things going with the league. We've been growing and flowing. NCAA's coming out. That's going to be huge. Madden, the new Madden. It's going to be fire, man. Gonna be fire just seeing these guys get drafted. We are gonna have a pro season before the new Madden, but because a lot of you won't be in the pros, I'll just be doing like the big games, guys. I won't be killing y'all with a season. Yo, what's going on? My guy Gary tuned in. Y'all probably hear Gary in the chat. Let me see if y'all hear Gary. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think your voice is. I don't think I got it shared because I think it will have to be desktop audio for your voice. And I think I got it on just audio capture for the Madden and my mic. So I don't think we may be on, but I was just chopping up about the structure of the league and just like not league-wise, support-wise. So yeah, it just that's okay. LSU stomping back now. It's a good game. Yeah, it's a good game for sure. It's a good game. I can't hear my boy Gary, but I probably will be responding to some things that he says and what's happening in chat. My guy Eddie Champ says people that support and want to see this thing grow bigger gonna have to give a little and help you do the small things so you can grow this league in other ways. Absolutely, and guys have been stepping up. That's why I'm saying, like, my new way it's not really like I'm not trying to ask guys to do certain things. I'm just kind of like seeing what guys do. Like we got guys like Josuke Kujo. He doesn't even have like his player isn't too crazy in the league, but this guy sends me graphic ideas for videos. You know, we chop it up about different ideas about growing the league. We got BJ doing emojis, and he does a lot of chat interaction. We also got you know, my guy Carter, who's always in the chat chopping it up. Yeah, Carter starts rivalries. Even Gary in the chat saying you can't forget Carter. Definitely can't forget Carter. And that was a nice dot right there from Prince to McAllister. This fourth quarter has really picked up, and Prince is just continuing to keep it going. And this is why these guys are on a 5-game win streak. These LSU Tigers have no quit. They started off 0-2 and then won 5 in a row, trying to make it 6 here. 5 minutes left. Very crazy game. But yeah, man, there's a lot of guys that just been showing a lot of support. Ace Andre Roche, QB at Ole Miss, came in, you know, really supporting the Moolah verse, helping us grow tremendously. When I was thinking about condensing, I was saying more so like player and team wise, not having as much players or as much teams, and just literally taking like the best of the best, so it's less filler. You know what I mean? Like, think about it. We got a lot of like filler guys who's going to the draft and stuff like that in the SBA. So I'm trying to cut down on the filler guys, meaning like generics that aren't really too prominent, and players who aren't like really active in the Moolah verse. You know what I mean? Yeah, like. Yeah. I think I want to still keep like overseas pros and college. Like, I don't think I want to take away the structure of how the league was. I just want to make less teams and have less players, so that way, one, it could be more competitive, and one, we get to key in on the guys who are like really invested in the league. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I want to do. And it's a lot of guys who've been supporting.
It also gives us like numbers, because you know it's like during the top 30 camp, everybody's numbers
were higher. Yeah, everybody's numbers were higher, because it's always like that. Like, even if you watch real life, if you go to like these camps in real life where it's top 15, top 30 players or top 100, everybody's numbers are higher than what they did in the season, because it's less, it's less enough, like it's less guys that have opportunities. So yeah, nah, see, it's not gonna be like that. Yeah, and I'm conversating with Gary in the chat, guys, so pardon for the guys who can't hear him. But yeah, we chopping it up. But I'm also looking at y'all comments, and yes, man, appreciate y'all, man, trying to make the best simulation experience, but trying to still keep it within our supporters, bro. I don't really care about all the extras and all that. Like, that's a lot of time, yeah. So like, it's always gonna be people from the outside looking in that want to join and wanna like be a part of what we're doing. But we gotta keep it within the bounds of, like, I don't want to say the family, right? But like, say if we were a family of doctors or whatever other business structure, we gotta prioritize the people in-house, make sure their skills and their stuff is fine-tuned before we, just adding everybody in that's not as invested. And that's how it is for me. It's never no knock. Like, I let guys be as active as they want to be, but I just moving forward, I gotta prioritize, like, from a season-to-season standpoint, I gotta prioritize the people that's here, because that's the people that's gonna help this thing grow. And I don't want y'all lacking in experience because we're trying to overcompensate for too many people in other places. So that's my thing. And there's definitely no knock to nobody, but I just gotta keep it where it's at, man. I gotta keep it true to my people. So I'm gonna condense the SBA. I'm gonna reach out to everybody in SBA and let them know, yo, we condensing. This is the structure we're going for. If you want to continue with this experience, this is how you join. This is how you get in tune. If guys don't understand, you know what I mean? If guys feel like they still, have like a certain loyalty or can't join certain stuff because of things. Oh, that almost sealed the deal right there. John Wilson got to be careful. Nothing going on, Penny. I'm just saying that I'm gonna have to condense the SBA to do it within my means because oh, it's Sergio Matthews! Sergio Matthews! That's his second game-sealing interception this year. That is his second game-sealing interception this year. We seen it, I want to say 2 games ago, and he does it again. Yo, this dude, Sergio, I'm telling y'all, this generic cornerback is the truth. That may be the game again. Stop testing him. Bro, that boy going to the draft. Stop testing him late in the game. PV with a chance to seal it. I think if they get a couple first downs here, it's over. If they get a couple first downs here, it's over. Maybe two. And that's it. I think that's it. That might be it. No. They get another one because 2-minute warning. Exactly. They got one more timeout and 2-minute warning. Ooh, timeout again. Nah, this is not NCAA, bro. This is Madden modded, and I have a simulation AI versus AI league. Oh yeah, that's the game, guys. That is the game, and LSU is going to beat TCU at home in a heartbreaker. TCU is gonna fall at 1-6, and it's gonna be 6 wins in a row for LSU. So shout out to Dartavius Moody. This is my simulation league. I run like a simulation world. We call it the Moolah versus AI, and the players in the chat are our supporters. But basically, it's me modding Madden, and I basically have a league where my guys go from college to the NFL, and you can progress your player using a thing we call simulation coins that you earn based on coming to the games. So if you would like to join that type of experience, man, you could take over one of these players. So this is TCU versus LSU. LSU is on a 6-game win streak. TCU is actually on a losing streak. And yeah, man, dope experience, and they're gonna have to punt this one away. This is TCU's last hope. If they get a touchdown here, and that's the game, guys. That's the game, and appreciate you, bro. That's what we trying to do. We trying to get this AI versus AI thing popping. We trying to change the game. This is the funnest way to play the game, if you ask me. And wow, what a game. Sergio Matthews does it again, guys. Sergio Matthews does it again. I'm going to make a highlight clip with some commentary talking about how this kid Sergio Matthews has been calling game. I'm going to show the stats, and then stick with me a bit. Stick with me a bit.
You might have to make a free draft edit with all the generics highlights.
Yeah, I definitely will. Carter's audio is a little too loud. Yeah. So, yeah, man, I'm telling you guys, bro, this is crazy. Sergio Matthews have been going crazy, and I gotta shout him out, man. This kid has been calling game. Wow. I'm gonna show you guys the stats, and then I'm gonna show y'all that game-sealing interception, and he did this already. I'm going to show you guys. I don't know if you missed it a couple weeks ago. I forgot what team he did it against. I think it might have been Florida State. Yeah, I think it was. No, it wasn't Florida State. It was the team who has the other Miami. It was against Miami because they have Tevin Moody, I believe. Who the other guy? No, Hargrave. They have Hargrave, the other good corner. They were going at it. Hargrave had a couple of interceptions, but Sergio Matthews had the game-sealing pick 6, if I'm not mistaken. Or he might have got tackled, but I know it was a game-sealing pick. And boy, he does it again. Theodore Wilson, I was calling him Tyler Wilson, but Theodore Wilson, 5 receptions, 102 yards. Gianni Zico, 4 receptions, 82 yards, and he got the dub. Didn't get in the end zone, but got the touchdown. What a game, what a game. Prince Gonzalez and these Tigers keeps it up. And what a story for these guys, man. These guys have been supporting from, you know, the SBA. They really don't know football that much. They told me, they was like, look, we don't know football, but we support the Moolahverse, and we're going to just make a team, and we're going to try to do what we do. Them, Patrick Vince, Max Kaiser, and that's what I'm saying. They said, yo, we're going to be reactive. We're going to see what we're running right now, and we're going to learn the game through what we're running. And they have been doing really good, guys. Like, this is crazy to see a team start up 0-2. That should show you guys you may have to stay disciplined with certain things that you're running, because it may blossom and open up. This team is getting a lot more comfortable, and they're scary, guys. LSU is no joke. Any team that can win 6 in a row is a threat at any point in the season, if you ask me. And you know, they've really played outstanding during this stretch of the season. Sergio Matthews, man, 5'9", 207, another game-sealing interception. And you gotta love what you've seen from this kid, Sergio Matthews. This kid has been on one. Kicker's playing good in this one. I'll show you the team stats, and I'm gonna get right into you know, Sergio Matthews' game-sealing interception, guys. That was crazy. Let me go into these team stats real quick. I always just go over this. I'm used to this just in case anything ever happened and we needed to track the stats. We used to do this. Shout out to my guy O-Block in the chat, because Olin was that guy. Yo, get the stats, Moolah, and I got you. So it's just a habit for me to go over the stats even after you saw the game and we have the foul. You know, just in case anything ever happens with a foul or anything, we can still get it done manually. So that's why we always show the stats. But check out this game-sealing interception. I hope that they show it. And yes, they got it. They got it. Shout out to my guy O-Block in the chat. Y'all could do a hashtag O in the chat or hashtag O-Block just to show my guys some love, man. That is a true Moolahverse OG. No pun intended with the O. But look at this. Look at this right here. Theodore kind of has a step, but Sergio behind him, but Sergio saw it coming. Look at his eyes. You could tell this guy. You could just see how he's reading it. He's reading the route, eyes on the prize, and just jumps that one. Just jumps that one. I'm trying to get on the ball, pardon me. But just jumps that one. Wow, I got to get that picture, man, because this guy is going big on big this year. This guy is definitely one of the best secondary guys that's about to come out of this draft. And I think that MSFL teams are going to be raving about this kid, Sergio Matthews. Just took the game right from TCU in this one, and whoa, another big team. Every team's gonna want a corner that can seal a deal, and of course we won't be using NFL players in our experience. We will be simulating some years ahead, guys, and with us simulating some years ahead, we're going to basically do like a season, a condensed season of like highlight reels for top games, so that way you guys kind of get a sense of you know, what team is what team has what players, and then we're gonna draft you onto those pro teams, and we're gonna do drip mods, so you're gonna have like exclusive NFL uniforms that you've never seen before. Of course, the crazy visors and the crazy equipment and the short shirts and the tucked in pants, you know. So I'm gonna show you guys reminiscent to what we're talking about here. Like, you see, where they got this at, man? Where they got this, where you could tuck your jersey, where you got the exclusive drip, you know what I mean? So you can see it's gonna be a lot better in the pros as well, man, because that mod is actually made for the pros. So when I don't have the college football mod on top of that, the things and the capabilities that you guys are going to be able to see is going to be insane. I can't wait for that experience now. I'm kind of even happy that you guys wanted NFL teams, because now it just makes it way easier graphically. You know, I could definitely just go to the NFL's Instagram, take certain graphics, and remake them myself, and just give you guys a way more immersive experience than having to do everything custom. And Sergio, man, look at Max Kaiser. Look at how hyped Max Kaiser was, man. Max is like, yes! 6 in a row. Look at that guy, Max. But Sergio, man. Sergio.
The only thing we're missing now for the Moolahverse, we just need an Adam Schefter and a Woj.
Yeah, if we get an Adam Schefter and a Woj here in the Moolahverse, it is over. The Giants are... The Steelers are looking into that's gonna be crazy. I can't wait to those days, man. That's what I'm saying, man. Look, there's no competition right now. The RFL's on a hiatus, and this is the time for us to seize the moment. You know, that's all friendly competition. It is what it is. Business is business, so you gotta pay me. You know what I'm saying? Business is business. We trying to take this thing to the top. The window that we have to, you know, cover some ground on the RFL, we're trying to do it, man. We trying to do it in no time. We had 1,300 subscribers. We'll be at 1,500 well before, you know, you guys are drafted to the pros. And if we could kickstart that up and get that going, close in on that. How many subscribers they got? They got about 20K. Listen, man, that's the goal. That's the goal. It took them, what, 9 seasons to get to 20K? I say that we get to 20K in 2 seasons. 2 pro seasons, we should be at 20K. That's how I'm feeling. Sergio Matthews. Wow. Just got to get this guy, man. Legendary. He's going down to LSU Tiger history. Will they ever get another corner as good as Sergio Matthews? Will they ever get another lockdown corner who is shutting it down like this kid right here? Had to get those pictures real quick. I've been chilling on the pictures because guys wasn't using them that much. Let me know if you guys want certain pictures. Like, you have to let me know if you want pictures, because I'm not gonna waste my time. And I'm not like big on the Instagram thing no more. I don't really think Instagram is that good for growth, if I'm being honest. Like, it just, if you're gonna run ads, yes, it's good to get guys in the league, but you know, as far as just showing off, look at my graphic. I think you guys are cool with the Madden franchise too. I think you guys are cool with the podcast. I don't think we need anything that's like a graphic every week of things that y'all know. Like, you guys see these games. We kick out a lot of games, so I just don't see the significance of Instagram. I was in the RFL. I ran their Instagram for a while too. And it wasn't ever really that much growth from the Instagram. Like, we never really got anything outstanding from Instagram. My time in the RFL running the Instagram. So I'm like, for me to do it here, I seen what it was at the highest level, and it wasn't that much of a growth tool outside of getting new players to join. And I'm good with I know how to run ads to get players to join. Like, that's my specialty, guys. So if I ever need to run ads in different places to get more players, then that's not a problem. So yeah, for the most part, I probably won't be doing that much Instagram. And I just want to show you guys something for a minute. Look at I'll show you guys the stat leaders real quick. I know I'm holding up this video a lot, but it is what it is. But we could go to defense here in the league. And I just want to show you guys where this kid lies, man. Where this kid, Sergio lies. This kid right here has been going crazy. Sergio Matthews, 5 interceptions, 2 being game-sealing picks. 5 picks for this kid right here. Like, this is big-time numbers, guys. This is big. This is how you keep your team on a 6-game winning streak. We could go to a game and look at him. I'll show you all of his stuff. Like, 92 speed.
That's top 10 pick material.
That's top 10 pick. And he's getting morale boosts now too, so that's really what's up in his game. He would have been a 77 zone coverage. He's an 80 now. He would have been you know what I'm saying? He would have been a 76 play recognition. It's an 80 now. Would have been an 82 man. And this kid is a problem. He's an aggressive play ball tendency, so he's gonna give up some big plays at times, being aggressive. Only a 77 awareness, so nothing too crazy or spectacular. But this kid is the truth, man. This kid is not to be played with.
Defensive backs, that's the one position I could deal with them playing aggressive. I'd rather you play aggressive and go for it.
Yeah, man. This kid did that. I'm just trying to show you guys, man, that some of these guys are no joke. And I just had to dig into this game a little bit more just to show y'all, man. I usually end it off, but we don't play with abilities. So even though he's a superstar development, we don't play with abilities at all. So that really doesn't matter. Let's go to this season, see what he did on a game-to-game basis. You see interception, no pick. No. First 3 games, no interceptions, getting his feet wet. Week 4, 2 picks. Week 5, a pick. Week 6, a pick. Week 7, nothing. And, almost a streak of picks every game for him in the last couple of weeks, outside of that last game with Colorado. But they did get a very close win. And look at these games for LSU. They've been in some very close games. Close ones. Close against TCU. Close against Colorado. Close against Miami. Close against North Carolina. They kind of had their way with Mississippi State, which has a terrific defense. So that's crazy to see them score that much points against a defense like that. And that should show you how dangerous these guys are. But he did have 2 picks in that game. So that shows you that he's really a catalyst to their success. Because against a tough defense like Mississippi State, when that defense got to keep going on the field because he's causing turnovers, that factors in. That factors in big time, man. And then every other game, when he's not getting interceptions, you can see that it's kind of like a lot closer. So and they lost to Bama big time. No surprise there. Lost to USC. Those are really good teams. So their only losses are really to some of the top teams. Tennessee is trash. They beat them in a tough game. Mississippi State is cool. Really good defense. They beat them in a tough game. North Carolina hasn't been playing good. Beat them in a tough game. Miami's not really that good. Beat them in a tough game. Colorado was on a really big streak too, and they beat them in a close game. TCU not really that good. So I would say that LSU's had a pretty light schedule too.
When they match up against another.
Yeah, another powerhouse. Outside of them having a light schedule, they did beat two tough teams. I would say every team they beat has been pretty mid outside of Colorado and Mississippi State. So they did.
Play Bama again? I want to say they're rematching Bama if they play them.
No, I don't think they played them again. Let's see who's in their division. I think they may have a somewhat of a light division. Oh yeah, they do. That TCU was actually a Oh no, I'm on TCU right now. So let me.
Texas.
That wasn't. I was on TCU. Yeah. So let me go to LSU and see their division. So that's why they really went on that streak. They're not playing too crazy of teams right now. Oh, but they have a tough division. They got Ole Miss in their division. Ole Miss and A&M.
Slow that Ole Miss offense down.
Yeah, and A&M. So that's not easy. I'm gonna actually go to their division right now too. I know this video is gonna be a little longer, but it's cool to give some context and keep you guys in the midst of exactly what's going on and the circumstances around this game. So in the division right now, LSU's only 1-0 in the division. You see, and the one team that they did beat. The one team that they beat in the division was Tennessee, the worst team. They still got to play Ole Miss, who's 2-0 in the division. And they got to play A&M, who's 0-1 in the division. I think they lost to Ole Miss.
That's a loss.
Yeah, they lost to Ole Miss. And it was tough. So, no, they didn't.
Tennessee 1-3, so Tennessee beat somebody.
In the division, yeah. Tennessee beat, did Tennessee beat Ole Miss? Because they 1-3 in the division.
Because that's the only loss.
Yeah, I think Tennessee did beat Ole Miss. They either beat Ole Miss or A&M. And I'll look further into that. But you see what I mean? Like LSU is sailing right now, beating some out of conference lightweights. But when they have to play this Ole Miss team, it's going to be a thing to watch. We actually gonna watch A&M in the next game. I think that's the next kind of like fluff game. Here's the schedule right here. You guys let me know which game y'all want to see next. We can either go OK State, Florida State, or we can go actually I'll say maybe Oklahoma and UGA next. That's kind of like that's kind of like what I would say probably like the worst slated game, right? Because the other teams is 4-3, 4-2. So yeah, Oklahoma and UGA looks like the most realistic game to go next. And I know we got my guy Penny. I know my guy Penny definitely wanna see that game.
You're on a win streak too. They won 2 in a row.
And UGA has been on a nice little win streak. Let me actually see what's UGA's streak right now. Let me see. We go to the standings. Let me see UGA. Let me see what UGA is on. Yeah, they on a 2-game win streak right now. And in their division they 1-2, so they trying to close the gap, and they up against Oklahoma. Oklahoma is in what? Let me see what division. Let me go to UGA and see it. Let me see how I can go from right here. And UGA's home, so that might be a nice little 3-game win streak for them. Okay, so Oklahoma's in that division with Texas, Oklahoma State, and TCU actually. So this could reshape some things too, because Oklahoma State still got to play FSU, and that's gonna be a tough game too. Let me see who UGA has played. Now that we've seen this season, we kind of could tell based on certain team schedules how, if they've been playing fluff. You know what I mean? Let me see Georgia. Let me go to Georgia. If I go to one of these Georgia players, I could inspect the season on who they've been playing against. Let me see. Stats, Brock, season. So UGA lost to Florida and Texas. Florida, Texas, and Clemson's a bad loss. Florida and Texas is tough games. Clemson's a bad loss. They beat Tennessee as they should. They lost to Bama. Oh, okay. No, UGA is good. UGA is real deal. They wins been against middle of the pack, and they losses have been against tough teams. The only bad loss that they have right now is that Clemson loss. So right now, UGA is not looking bad. Yeah, we're going to get into that UGA game, guys. I'm going to end off this video. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Join the VC if you want to chop it up. I'm going to get this next game going, and I'll probably do this next game exactly how I did this game, chopping it up with you guys, you know, tuning into the game, jumping in, speaking on some different topics. Let me know how y'all like that structure as well. I feel like that structure kind of kept y'all engaged because that was a premiere game, but I feel like we got a lot of interaction because I was on the camera and I was talking. So we'll definitely do that again. Appreciate y'all, like I said, but your boys out. Peace.